Thomas?
In Carolee, Pennsylvania's Democratic nominee for Senate is pulling out all the stops to get those votes. Today, former President Bill Clinton campaigned for Joe Sestak in Scranton. And our Bruce Gordon was there. Bruce, it was kind of the Bill Clinton show, wasn't it?
Yeah, Thomas, this was an unusual event, to say the least, in that the candidate himself wasn't actually here. Congressman Sestak tied up in Washington, D.C. on that very important FMAP, or Federal Medical Assistance vote, many millions of dollars at stake for Pennsylvania alone. And so while he was tied up in Washington, this became a one-man show for Bill Clinton in front of about 300 Democratic faithful here at the Scranton High School Gymnasium. Now, Congressman Sestak actually appeared before the faithful in a brief video thanking supporters and the former president, his former boss, for their help. Of course, Hillary Clinton has family roots here in the Scranton area. The Clintons very popular here. Mr. Clinton himself devoted much of his 33-minute speech to a sort of history and policy lesson. He does that a lot, not a lot of rah-rah rallying and speechifying and cliches and campaign slogans. A lot of history lesson and policy lessons seen, of course, through his prism. He also made clear to the folks that, yeah, look, the economic recovery has not happened as quickly or as robustly as a lot of folks would like, but he implored the faithful to give President Obama and Senate hopeful Sestak more time.
But I'm just telling you, I've been there. He's doing a better job than he gets credit for, and we don't need to apologize. We need to go out and be aggressive and say, give us 2 more years, give us a chance to make this work. If it doesn't, you can throw us all out. But for goodness sakes, don't put the people in there that cause this problem, not because they cause the problem. I don't care about blaming, but because they have the same ideas. It doesn't make sense to defeat Joe Sestak because we hadn't gotten out of the worst economic crisis since the Depression in 1.5 years. The hole was too deep. And you know that old rule, the first thing you got to do when you're in a hole is quit digging. Well, we quit digging, and now we're building a way out of it. If you vote for these people that are running against guys like Joe Sestak, they'll go up there and take the oath of office. They'll have one hand on the Bible, and they got a shovel in the other hand. They want to start digging again.
Mr. Clinton is in Philadelphia this evening for a fundraiser for Democratic gubernatorial hopeful Dan Honorato. So a busy day for Mr. Clinton here in the Keystone State. Thomas?
You know, I thought it was very interesting, Bruce, that President Obama wasn't part of today's campaigning yesterday. However, the president was campaigning in Texas. But here's something worth pointing out, though. When President Obama arrived, the Republican governor greeted the president, but his Democratic opponent